Hi, welcome back to the second half of the Juli Swann Show. This is 96.5 FM. We're streaming at www.accesssacramento.org. And we are joining here with Vocal Latte, which is the two wonderful, talented, multi-talented ladies, Sue Casper and Laura Linza. Hi, ladies. Are you still with me?
Yes, we are.
It's a ball of fun here at the Juli Swann Show, and it goes fast, if you can believe it. Oh, I'm so glad you guys came in. So let's talk about the next thing that we ended up at your Music with Sedona. So let's, I kind of wanted to organize some of the stuff you have going because you have so much going. So you have your stuff at Shabby Chic, and then you have... let's see, you have, you want to talk about your gig coming up with James Israel, correct?
Yes, I have 2 gigs with him where I'm backing him up with lead guitar. It's at the Fox and Goose on September 8th.
Oh, okay.
I think it starts at 8. And then also he just asked me to accompany him with the Acoustic Den on August 20th. I believe it starts at 6.
Not August 20th. That's the 25th, I think, is when you do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. August 20th is the Embassy Suites. It's August 25th with James Israel.
Is the Acoustic Den in Sacramento?
It's in Roseville.
Oh, okay. And are you guys the only one on the bill at Fox and Goose?
No,
or?
actually, I think it's a lot of different guitar players, and we're the opening act, I think.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's wonderful. All right. So I saw you at Luna's, and you guys did... it seemed like, were those songs that you guys did James's?
Oh, that was all his material.
Oh, it was wonderful. And, I think that people would like to know, like, as a guitarist, when you go and play with someone like a songwriter that has their own, songs, do you practice with them? Or how much do you practice with them? And then where do you derive the idea from your leads? A lot of people would kind of want to know that out there because we have people that listen. And that's why I have this show, so people can learn of other Sacramento musicians.
Well, a lot of the leads that I do is spontaneous with him. So some of the pieces are actually... He recorded a whole album, and some of the pieces I actually created for his music, and some of the pieces he had another guitar player, and I would try to capture the melody for him because they're signature melodies. But Mark Knopfler is the sound that he's going for as far as guitar, so I try to mimic Mark Knopfler in that way for his music. But a lot of it, I'm very unique in that I do a lot of 2-finger playing where it's a lot of harmony notes together.
I noticed that when I saw you playing, I was really impressed, by your playing. It had a feeling of, of a player like a guy player from, a while back. Like if I was to go see, a really good guy player from like 1980 or even back further, it reminded me of your style, and I really dug it. It's kind of rock blues kind of.
Yeah.
Would you think it's that?
Yeah, I like to play with feeling, and I'm not into the guitar gymnastics, although I can do some quick playing there, but I like the blues.
Every note counts with you, right?
Yes.
You're not the
Yeah.
Who's your favorite guitarist? One of mine is David Gilmour. Who's yours?
I was going to say David Gilmour.
Oh, yay. Now, what happened with...
Bonnie Raitt.
Do you love Bonnie Raitt?
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't she phenomenal? She's the queen of the slide.
Oh, yeah, she's fabulous. But, who really inspired me was Joni Mitchell. That was the one, when I was 15, I was listening to her along with Laura. We both found that we had that in common, is absolute admiration for Joni Mitchell.
Nancy Wilson really loved Joni Mitchell. I read their biography. Really good. I'm like stuck on Heart, of course. They were my, go-to girls. Well, did you have a story about Heart? Or were you telling me at break? Ann Wilson.
I don't want to tell that story because somebody will get really mad at me.
No, nobody will.
You can tell them 867.
Well,
nobody will get mad. I'll protect you. I'm all muscle.
Well, I used to have a 5-girl band, and one of the girls was our lead singer. We all sang, but one of them was our lead singer. And these kind of two go hand in hand. We had an agency, and she started dating the guy in the agency.
Of course.
And of course, we didn't like that because, it's like a marriage when you're in a band. We're all for one for all. And we went on a little tour, and she ate a lot of pastries. Sorry, girls. And she was a little chunky. And
poor Anne. No, are you speaking to Anne?
Oh, sorry, Anne.
No, Anne.
Well, anyways. So anyway, I mean, this story is just, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's not.
But it was long ago, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
long
it's
ago.
ancient history. Go girl.
So anyway, we kicked her out.
Why? Because she was fat?
Yeah. Well, not.
Oh, body shame.
I know. And we got sued.
By who? Her?
Her. She took us to court, and I remember being in the court, and she was very emotional, and I really got.
She was serious.
I felt so bad for her from that day on because we lost contact with her, and I really felt bad because you know what? She was my friend.
Was your band that big of a deal? Well, to her.
Well, we all had quit our jobs, and we were making a living. We were playing 6 nights a week in the Bay Area.
What year was this?
It was 1980s.
Okay, I could see you could still make a living in the 80s, yeah.
So the Ann connection is that one of the girls in the band who actually instigated us firing her because she was fat.
Sorry.
Her name was, I can't say her name.
Okay, well, anyways, their name is probably irrelevant, or was it?
She had I'll say what her, Michelle Van Roach Motel is what she called her.
Okay, well, that has a ring to it.
But anyway, so I was watching, I can't remember, what was it? It was one of those promoting bands on TV. There was...
There's Midnight Special. There was... was it an MTV?
It was an MTV kind of show. I can't remember. The name escapes me. But anyway,
behind the music?
Yeah, something like that. Well, she was talking about Ann Wilson. She was the girl that was the bass player in my band. She's talking about Ann Wilson, and she had a Rocker Girl magazine.
Yeah.
That she was trying to promote women in music, because, we all have our sob stories about, being put down for being women in music. And she was talking about poor Ann Wilson was shamed, body shamed. And she was talking about that, and I'm thinking, excuse me, you fired somebody in our band for being fat.
Oh.
And here you are talking, if Ann Wilson only knew.
Ann would have killed her. So she's sitting there promoting anti-body shaming when she actually fired a girl, the lead singer.
And we got sued for it.
And you got sued.
I was like, oh my God. And
who won? Who won the case?
She did.
So, did you monetarily have to?
Yeah, we had to pay her. It wasn't much because we weren't making that much, but I think the judge was pretty mad at us for being so mean.
Well, was she really overweight? Like, to the point where she's, like, taking up massive amounts of room?
Oh, no. But
That's such a concept, I mean, that's interesting that she would turn around and then, be anti-body shaming. Isn't that just like, that's just like Hollywood, It's,
well, I wanted to make the other connection to that. The agency, I made my best friend the manager of my band.
Okay.
And the agency, I forget the name of the agency, but they got that number, 867-5309, right when the song started to become a hit.
That's Tommy Two-Tone.
Yeah, that was our local number. 867 was our local number. So we promoted my band Lady, the one I was just talking about, and I was Jenny, and she was, I forget.
Yeah.
We were Valley Girls, and we would promote our band Lady. And,
right.
She was on TV for it, and Amy Sue Purvis was my best friend back then, and we got a lot of gigs from that.
Hey, isn't that interesting? Because did you have the number before Tommy Two-Tone came out with 8679309?
They were in New York, and the song hit in New York, and they said, that's our number, 867-5309. I mean, 867. So
yeah.
They grabbed the phone number. It was still available in our area, and that was their agency.
That's really amazing because I saw a program, I think, like Behind the Music, of when Tommy Two-Tone, I don't think he even knew where he got that number, except it was musically rhymable with the song. And there was a rash of people that called that number, and I guess they were calling your agency because
they got me.
Yeah, and did you ever go on TV saying everybody's calling me?
My friend did.
Yeah, I saw that one, and she's going, I'm getting all these calls for Jenny. And
Oh, no, she was on there promoting the agency.
Oh, okay.
Because we wanted the people to call our number.
Well, I guess it hit, man, because this whole program was how Tommy Two-Tone had no idea where he got that number except for it musically rhymed. And then all of a sudden, this poor person that had Jenny's number, and which it wasn't so poor after all, happened to be your agency, and you got a lot of gigs, or at least a lot of calls on it.
Well, we were 408. She might have been in, like, another, 916 or something.
He never
like
even knew a Jenny. He didn't.
But I gotta say, that band, Lady, that I was in, is really responsible for making me the guitar player I am today.
How come?
Because they were mean.
And were they like, get it together? And
well, they were looking to replace me behind my back. I started the band. It was called Lady.
But you weren't keeping up, they felt, right?
They said I wasn't good. I was the lead guitar player because nobody else knew how to do it,
right.
so I had to.
Right, that's how I feel.
I took the challenge.
Right.
And they were going to kick me out, and I found out through the grapevine. And we were going through an agency, and they had a big meeting. They sat me down. They said, you know what? You got to get better real quick, or you're not in the band. And so I went out and bought a Hamer guitar and a Marshall stack.
How did you get better?
I practiced 4 to 6 hours a day.
Well, but there was no YouTube back then. There was no, there wasn't tutorials. How did you do? There wasn't like you could go,
they got
howtoplaylead.com,
I learned all these blues scales from one of the guys that worked at the agency.
Right.
And I practiced it night and day. And the fun thing was, these girls that were kicking me out of the band, we were playing a gig.
Yeah.
And here I go from being kicked out of the band to 1,000 people lighting Bix.
Yeah.
And each girl got like 4 shots in front of them, and I had a sea of shots.
God.
But were they happy? No.
Yeah, they were jealous.
They weren't happy with me then.
That's amazing, because you know what? I've kind of had that challenge, either get better or get out,
Yeah.
And I sit down to practice, and after about a half an hour, I go brain dead. How did you sit there for 6 hours? I'm curious. Juli Swann's curious. How did you do that?
Well, we were on a little mini tour.
Yeah.
And I just sit there and
just da 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 da.
Yeah.
Well, it worked, because I love the way you play. I guess I just got to get down to it, because I thought, I'm going to pull her aside. Wow, that's amazing.
The second song is really shows her on.
Let's play.
Yeah,
okay, which song is it? I want to hear your stuff.
This was the song that we just did for that real estate video. We call it Folsom House because it was a house in Folsom, but
well, listen, now this is the band that kicked the lady out for being fat. We're going to kick you out for not being good enough. Man, I'm telling you.
Well,
where are they right now?
Housewives with kids?
Fat. No. Where are they now, File?
Oh, they're great people. I love them.
Oh, I'm sure they're wonderful.
Great. But, I was mean too. We were all mean.
Oh, well, in rock and roll's a hard thing. I don't think anybody understands. It's not for the lighthearted.
Everybody was against me. I felt it.
Of course.
Until I got that good and they were all lighting.
Yeah, then they're kissing your you-know-what. Okay, let's hear you. I want to hear you rip. Now, what song can we hear you rip on?
The second song.
Okay. Now, have we heard any of this for a second song yet?
No.
Okay. This is KUBU, where you can be you, obviously. That's us. And this is 96.5, the Juli Swann Show. And we have Vocal Latte with us. And we're going to hear... I got to do it. I have dyslexia. We are going to hear Sue Casper rip on guitar because they forced her to. And now she's just guitar awesome. Okay, here we go. All right. That girl can play. You know, that's amazing, ladies. You were telling me you were practiced like how many hours a day to get that good? And how long did you have with it when they? I guess what happened is she got an ultimatum saying you better get a lot better in a short amount of time, and she did it, as you could hear. And how many hours a day did you practice in one stint?
It was like a 3-month period, 4 to 6 hours a day.
Okay, so if anybody's interested out there on what it takes to get like from okay to really good, it takes 3 months of maybe 4 to 6 hours a day. That's not a big investment if you want to get really, really good. I mean, top of the line good. I don't think that's a huge investment. I mean, I would do it if I could get those response.
I would also say that I got my fingers blessed too.
Who blessed him?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay, now you told me that someone. Tell me that story. Tell everybody that story.
I started working for Guitar Player magazine.
What'd you do for Guitar Player?
I took pictures of local musicians.
How did you get that gig?
One of the girls in a band called Juliet Slept. I was trying to make it in the business with Juliet Slept. We were all women. We were all great musicians, and we did all our own original music. The first gig that we played, there was a billionaire real estate guy, and he gave us $50,000 because he thought we were so good.
Well, there's a blessing right there, I'll tell you.
But I worked for Guitar Player magazine, and I went along with one of the the writers. And he said, "Oh, we're going to go see Stevie Ray Vaughan." I said, "Oh, okay." And I was backstage at the Berkeley Theater, and he handed me the Guitar Player of the Year award to hand to him.
Wow.
Yeah, for Stevie Ray Vaughan, and he kicked my hand like a Southern gentleman. And being humble as we're girls. We're not supposed to be these great musicians. I didn't have the forethought in my head to say, "Hey, Stevie, I want to be the world's greatest female lead guitarist that ever lived. I play. You want to hear me?" I was just so dumbfounded when I saw him. But.
Well, I think anybody would be. I would be. I mean, you don't think of those things when what someone you admire is standing right in front of you.
Oh yeah, it was breathtaking. He kissed my hand though.
So did he kiss your left hand? Because that's the hand.
Yes, he kissed the ripping fingers hand like a Southern gentleman.
Oh, is he a Southern gentleman? Was he? Did you get to talk to him at all, other than to hand him the award?
I was a really hot looking chick. But
well, you still are. I mean,
he was there with his wife.
Oh. Therefore, he could not pay you much attention. I will add that 2 and 2. I know how that goes. He's just like, hi, bye. If he didn't have his wife, do you think you could have talked to him a little bit more? Do you think you would have had more freedom?
No, I think I was too shy. I was very shy. I think that's probably
this?
the thing that held me back from really going out there and making it in the business is I was just too humble and shy.
But you've gotten over that.
I think so, but
I think you could totally make it now because you're not shy at all. You're very, very
up there in age.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. Age, a huge group of us are all the same age. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
It's just like, if you're going to be this age, now's the time to be it because everybody is this. You know what I mean?
I feel like I've reached a point where I'm playing better than I ever have, and I'm ready to go out there and just do it.
Well, you are. There's no doubt. Look at all these things you're in.
Yeah. One's going to take.
Well, yeah. Like my ex used to say, throw it against the wall and it's still sitting there after 5 minutes. Go for it.
Is that really what happened?
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to write the music for SimCity 2000.
Okay, now tell me what SimCity is. I was writing it down.
It's a very popular video game it was in the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal.
There's a lot of money in writing for even video games now. That is a huge market.
Well, back then I got $400 a minute of music. I did 12 minutes.
So that's that's what 84 times.
Well, I don't know.
That's what almost $5,000 right there, right?
Actually, I made 12, so I guess I must have done more than that.
Well, see, there you go. There is a career, folks.
Yeah.
She's done well in that, and she could probably go back into it. She worked for a Guitar Player. Why aren't you? Do you know people in Guitar Player that you could get a gig there again?
Yes, a very good friend, Janine Cooper. She's actually playing with I forget his name, but he's the head writer. He's the one that started Guitar Player magazine. She performs with him in a small place in L.A. They just got a little group that she's playing acoustic guitar with him. She was a great bass player.
Really? What's her name?
Janine Cooper.
Okay. So is she married to the owner of Guitar Player?
No. She's married. She does ebooks online, and she's an artist, and she's a musician. She plays bass, but she's doing acoustic guitar with the editor of Guitar Player
Okay, I'm getting
magazine.
it.
The guy that started the whole magazine. They're good friends.
Well, do we have? Is there a song here we haven't heard, ladies?
It's the last song. That's from Sedona for Two.
Okay, because believe it or not, there's only 4 minutes left to our show, if you can believe that. I know, time goes fast when you're on the Juli Swann show. That's why I tell everybody. They're like, okay. But let's hear your last song, and then we'll sum up everything. We'll reiterate where you guys playing, what everything's going on, what we haven't talked about. Let's get it out there, because we're almost done. I can't believe it. This has been so much fun.
I'm playing this song with an effect on my guitar. So.
Okay. Now, what kind of effect do you have?
Well, it's a whale tone.
Ooh.
So it sounds more like I'm playing keyboard. And Laura that plays flute, she actually wrote this whole song, and I came in and did the guitar on it. And
what's the premise for this song? Is this are you still in Sedona here? Or is
yeah,
this
it's just
something
all
else?
meditation music.
Okay, so let me know if it goes on for a long time, because we only have 6 more minutes. Tell me, when you want to fade it down, because I really want to talk to you a little bit more for our time's up. Okay.
Great.
All right. So this song's name is I guess
Swirl.
Swirl. Great. Okay, 96.5 FM. We've got a song called Swirl. Okay, ladies, we're really close to the end of the show, and I want to thank you both so much for coming on. We're going to go out with your music, but I think there's a couple more things you guys want to say before we close out.
Thanks for having us, Julie.
Oh, thank you. You guys were a lot of fun, man. You got good stories, and you have a lot going on.
We just wanted to tell everybody that we're available for restaurants or parties, wineries, what have you. Just give us a call at 916-223-3745.
Okay, and that's for Vocal Latte, correct?
That's right.
And when's your guys' next gig?
August 20th, is that right?
Yes, at the Embassy Suites with
Okay.
Dan Whitney.
That's right. It's August
20th
at the Embassy Suites,
7 to 10 p.m.
7 to 10 p.m., and that's in Sacramento, correct, guys?
That's right.
Okay, this is a Juli Swann show, 96.5 FM, and we want to thank these ladies very much for coming in and sharing everything they had to say. Boy, they have a lot of information, and they have a lot of history behind them. And thank you, guys, and we're going to go out on your music, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank
It's been a pleasure.
you.
This